Yo, what's going on? My name is Ron Hunt. Wanted to make a quick video to give my impression of the Western Express orientation. This is my first day actually attending the orientation. I drove here. I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I came from Indiana. So just wanted to kind of go over a couple of things. And the main thing I want to go over is if you are considering joining Western Express, and if you're anything like me, you probably watched a lot of YouTube videos to kind of get insight on what to expect, or you may have looked on Google or whatever you do to research online to kind of get information about the company. I would say take everything in with a grain of salt. Not that what those people are saying may not be true. I'm sure to a degree it is, but it's very important to go and get your own impression about any company that you're considering joining, just because their story or their reality may not be yours. At the end of the day, somebody works for the company, so it's got to be working well for those people who are still there. The verdict is still out for me. It's only my first day, so I'm still kind of gathering my impressions about it. But as of now, leading up to the first time of when I actually spoke to my recruiter up until now, for the most part, it's been solid. There's only been one thing questionable that was not really to my liking, and I'll discuss that a little bit later. But so far, I just wanted to kind of go over what I've run into. So when I spoke to my recruiter, what made me sign up to the company, I got a lot of calls. First of all, I'm new to the trucking industry, just got my CDL, and I got a lot of calls. If you submit a lot of applications, you really find out quick how much of an asset you are in this field. I'm very fortunate that I was able to complete the process of getting my CDL. So when I applied and I spoke to my recruiter, I was told that the position was starting off at 88 cents a mile, which is unheard of for me. I'm accustomed to what was being offered to new drivers was anywhere between 40 cents to 45 cents a mile. So for them to start off offering new drivers at 88 cents a mile, that quickly made me decide that, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and at least see what this is about. Because to be honest with you, this is an on-the-road job, and I had no intention of doing on-the-road driving. I really didn't. My focus was looking for a local position to get me home on a nightly basis, just so I can get back to my family. But I guess everybody has a price, because that 88 cents really changed my mind, and had a talk with the wife, and we decided to go ahead and look into it. So I'm here now, and I remember looking at YouTube videos and looking at other people's reviews of Western Express, and whenever I would hear someone talk about the pay, no one mentioned anything about getting paid as much as I was offered. Like, it was all, again, kind of hovering around 45 cents. I heard one person mention 50 cents. No one was saying anything regarding getting 88 cents per mile. And I do know that how much you're offered to start with the company may depend on what type of freight you're running. So for instance, I signed up to run flatbed services. So for that specific freight, at least when I was offered here August of 2021, it's September now, but when I was offered the position in August, I was told that it would be 88 cents a mile. And I wanted to see that in writing. So my recruiter ended up sending me a packet that confirmed that. And the only stipulation is that you have to drive at least 1,700 miles within a week, which should not be difficult to do. But again, I'm brand new into this. But just from my calculation, that should be pretty simple to hit. So as long as I'm hitting 1,700 miles, I should be able to make 88 cents a mile. The first day into it, it was really just them gathering your information, all the documents that they'll need, such as your CDL, your social security card, and then we had to do a drug test. So I went in, knocked that out, and then they give you a plethora of videos that you got to go through and watch. So I sat through and did all the videos. It was quite a bit of them. But for the most part, they're pretty quick. They range anywhere from 2-minute videos to 8 to 10-minute videos. So all in all, in total, I think that collectively the videos are about 2.5 hours. So I sat there, I knocked it out, and then I was handed a small ticket, which will, I guess, work as some type of admission to get into the training tomorrow. Oh, and then we did a quick test drive. Like, they wanted to kind of just see where we were at in terms of skill and controlling the Freightliner. So it was pretty cool, man. So far, I don't really have anything negative to say, except that one experience that I did say I wanted to refer to. So what I will recommend doing is that for any company, not even just Western Express, for any company that you're speaking to a recruiter about possibly joining, make sure you ask very detailed questions. Don't ever assume anything, because when I spoke to my recruiter, they were telling me things like, yeah, well, the training's here in Nashville and you don't have to worry about transportation. We'll pay to get you there. You can take a bus or you can rent a car and they'll reimburse you. So I was like, cool. Luckily for me, my wife was very detailed in making sure that I, asked follow-up questions. Because had she not have done that, I would have just made an assumption. So when they said they'll reimburse me for renting a car, that was all they said, right? Well, come to find out, my wife was like, well, are they going to reimburse you for the full cost of renting the car, fuel, et cetera, whatever that may cost, from renting it from one city and dropping it off in another? Are they going to reimburse me for the full amount? So when I called my recruiter to ask that, plus other follow-up questions we had, it turns out they weren't going to cover the full cost. I was told then that they were going to cover the cost up to the price of a bus ticket. And if you've ever rode a bus before, a bus ticket, isn't really that much money. It was only like 80 something bucks for a bus ticket, which wouldn't have even covered half the cost of a rental car to go from Indiana to get me here to Nashville, much less if you add in the fuel cost. So to be honest with you, when that happened, I had a talk with my recruiter, because I wasn't going to come. If I feel any type of feeling like I'm getting slighted or, something's not communicated to me with full transparency, it'll throw me off. But I ended up talking to her and having that discussion. Plus, there not really being anybody that's coming close to offering 88 cents per mile to a new driver, I did decide to come. But other than that, so far it's been a good experience. The hotel. The hotel that they did offer you free hotel stay for a Hallmark Inn. I'm not staying there. I'll say that. The reviews on that was not good. I think on Google it's like a 1.5 star, something like that. And again, just horror stories I've heard about that. But I was interested to see, when I got here, I got my own spot. But I was interested to see like what all the negative comments were about. So I ended up driving there, and it didn't appear to be as bad as I thought it was, at least in my mind. It still isn't a place that I would stay. I'll put that out there. But I was told that it was like really like in the slums, and it was just like run down, and they had things like prostitutes out there and all type of stuff. I didn't see all that, but I didn't stay there too long, to be honest with you. It was nighttime when I rode through there, but but it was like right off the interstate. You know, there's lights and things of the area. So, you know, it wasn't like in a ducked off dark space like I pictured. But again, I'm not staying there either. So, I mean, if that tells you something, take that for what it is. But I did end up getting my own spot. But they do offer you stay if you do decide to come here. So, but all in all, that was my impression. I just wanted to leave y'all with something just so y'all have an idea of what you're getting into. But the main thing I want you to take from this video is just take everybody, if you look into it and you're watching YouTube videos like I did, just take what you hear with a grain of salt, even from what I'm saying, because again, my experience is definitely probably going to be different from your experience. But other than that, I'm looking forward to giving you guys more updates. Hopefully I can make this a regular thing, and just to kind of give an update on what my experience is like here at Western Express. Talk to y'all later. Hope y'all doing well, and hopefully y'all have a good experience on your road to obtaining your CDL and your new career.